was hating on the queen Beyonce, so
I was not hating on Beyonce.
It kind of was hate.
No, it was not directed at all as hate.
When the Bow Down record came out,
I love Beyonce.
and you was like, first it was all let's have camaraderie as women. Now it's
well,
Bow
the thing
Down.
is that I met, seen Beyonce a few times. She's always a very sweet girl. Mm-hmm. To me, that just wasn't her. You know what I mean? Her thing. But I don't know. Like dude said, she switched it up or something.
If somebody says, I love you, but I hate you, that's not homage.
Keyshia Cole just dropped some wild claims and the internet is spiraling. She's saying Beyonce's own father, Matthew Knowles, was allegedly out here making dirty deals with industry execs to get his daughter ahead. And not just business moves, we're talking freak-offs behind closed doors to boost her career. Insane, right?
Bow down B over and over from the woman who preaches empowering women is a bit unsettling to some.
I just feel like it's kind of, it's hard to swallow. Just very hard to swallow, having seen her in a different light.
I don't like it. I don't think it's her. I don't think it goes to what she represents.
Now here's where it gets real messy. Keyshia claims that's how Bey ended up linked to Jay-Z. Back then she was barely 18 and he was almost 30. That whole power couple image, according to Keyshia, it was just a business move that spiraled out of control. And now, Bey's neck deep in his drama with Diddy. Keyshia says Beyonce thought Jay would help her make it the right way, unlike her dad. But nope. Word is, Jay allegedly kept up the same shady pattern, pushing her out to powerful execs for favors. And yes, one of those names being whispered, Diddy. These aren't just old beefs. This is explosive stuff that's got the streets buzzing.
I love Beyonce, but I honestly think that Jay-Z's putting thoughts in her head.
You're on a Pepsi can, for goodness sakes, to tell B words to bow down. And then you're saying girls run the world.
Now don't forget, Keyshia's had issues with Beyonce before. Let's not act brand new. Back in 2013, when Bey dropped her track Bow Down, Keyshia wasn't feeling it at all. That song shook the R&B world. Bey basically told every girl in the game to bow down and respect her as queen. And Keyshia, she took it personal. Some folks believe Beyonce's track Bow Down wasn't just aimed at random R&B girls, it was straight up shade thrown at Rihanna. And guess what? Rihanna clearly picked up on it because she clapped back with zero hesitation. The tension between these two icons had the whole industry holding its breath.
The reason I put out Bow Down is because I woke up, I went into the studio, I had a chant in my head. It was aggressive, it was angry. It wasn't the Beyonce that wakes up every morning. It was the Beyonce that was angry. It was the Beyonce that felt the need to defend herself. And if this song never comes out, okay, I said it. And I listened to it after I finished and I said, this is hot. I'm gonna put it out. I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna just put it out. People like it, great. They don't, they don't. And I won't do it every day because that's not who I am. But I feel strong. And anyone that says, oh, that is disrespectful, just imagine a person that hates you. Imagine a person that doesn't believe in you. And look in the mirror and say, bow down, bitch. And I guarantee you feel gangster. So listen to that song from that point of view. Again, if you didn't like it before.
But here's where it really blew up. Beyonce's own fans turned on her. Yes, the same beehive that usually defends her like she's royalty on trial. Even they were calling her out. That's how wild it got. They slammed her for being a total hypocrite, going from girls run the world to calling those same girls the B word and telling them to bow down. Fans weren't having it. Instead of owning it and admitting she might have gone too far, especially coming for Rihanna, Beyonce dug her heels in. She didn't walk it back. She didn't say sorry. Nah, she doubled down. She claimed she walked into the studio one day and heard a voice in her head telling her to humble the girls. So she stepped in the booth and let it rip. No mercy, no filter, no regrets. Beyonce said she didn't mean to offend anyone with Bow Down, but let's keep it real. She never really backed down. In fact, she kept performing the song like it was her personal anthem, even bringing it to big stages like her Ella performance. That boldness, it's exactly what's kept Keyshia Cole heated to this day.
I know that you are a Beyonce fan.
I am.
You're a Beyonce fan, and she recently put out her new song, Bow Down. People are talking about it.
Opinion is opinion. I think art should be expressed the way it should.
Do you love the song?
I don't love the song, but I love Beyonce. I have to be honest, you know.
That weak explanation, it only made things worse. Rihanna and Keyshia weren't buying it for a second. They both hit social media swinging, ready to drag. Rihanna fired off on Instagram by posting an article naming her the Queen of Pop in the UK, and she didn't hold back with the caption, "I only know how to be number one." I could use a challenge. How did it feel down there on your knees? Whew, that jab had Beyonce's name written all over it. And if you knew Rihanna during that savage era, you already know she didn't throw soft punches. Fans instantly clocked the shade and started decoding the drama in real time. But it didn't stop there. Keyshia Cole jumped in too and she brought backup. Brandy even stepped into the ring, siding with Rihanna and calling out Beyonce for acting bitter and acting like she's above everybody. Keyshia Cole snapped on Twitter and let it all fly. If Rihanna's shade was slick, Keyshia's was straight up raw. She didn't hold back at all. One of her tweets read, first it's women need to stick together, now it's be better bow, SMH, but it's all G, chicks stay shooting the ish. Then she hit with another one, I done kept it real from the start. Respect that can't stand folks who act self-righteous when it fits their image, but still talk slick when it's convenient too. Fosh.
I'll say, man, yeah, Beyonce's on books. She been on them for a long time, and you keep her that way.
Keyshia wasn't just venting, she was fuming. And Brandy? She backed her up with her own shots, proving this wasn't some petty rant. These ladies were calling out Beyonce with full force. Now here's where things go nuclear. Even with all these years gone by, insiders say Keyshia's still pressed. She's allegedly been whispering behind the scenes, telling folks that Matthew Knowles was the one who first introduced Beyonce to industry execs in very questionable ways. She even claimed Jay-Z was part of that same shady pipeline, and that Matthew pimped her out before Jay officially stepped in. And if that ain't wild enough, Keyshia's also been pushing the story that Jay allegedly kept the same game going. She says he was the one taking over the meetings, linking Beyonce to execs for favors. Allegedly, this all got backed up when rapper DaBaby claimed he met both Jay-Z and Beyonce at Diddy's house, and it wasn't just for business, it was a private meeting. Now, if you remember, there were heavy rumors floating around about Jay-Z allegedly keeping Beyonce hooked on nose candy and other substances to keep her in check. Wild, right? These claims really blew up when her ex-bodyguard, Uncle Ron, came forward, saying he personally witnessed Jay feeding her hard stuff just to control her moves and mindset. But it doesn't stop there. People have long whispered that Jay started grooming Beyonce when she was only 18 while he was creeping up on 30. That age gap alone had fans raising eyebrows, but Keyshia Cole took it even further. She claimed Beyonce wasn't just dating Jay, she was being served up to him as part of her career launch. And here's where it gets extra suspicious. The second Beyonce got with Jay, her career exploded. Suddenly she had more label backing, more promo, more media love, way more than Kelly or Michelle ever got. Some fans say it looked like someone powerful flipped a switch for her.
I feel like she never got to experience life with the different types of people, and the fact that he was so old, low-key, I feel like the only way she expresses herself is through her music. And I don't know them, obviously, but I'm just saying, just like by seeing the age gap and what happens between that age gap, she never got to live.
Now let's not forget, Beyonce didn't really have a normal teen life. She was deep in rehearsals, studio sessions, and chasing fame from a young age. She only had one boyfriend in high school, and then boom, Jay-Z becomes her world. So when he cheated, a lot of people think she stayed because who else does she know? And her entire career, her image, her empire, it's all been built around Jay from day one. Beyonce doesn't even know what it means to live life on her own terms anymore. She's been tied to Jay-Z's shadow for so long. It's like her whole identity has been wrapped around him. And now, that picture is starting to crack. And just when you thought the drama hit its peak, boom, a new blind item just exploded online, spilling major tea about Beyonce's alleged $500 million escape plan. That's right, the source claims Bey wants out. Out of the spotlight, out of the industry, out of the entire system. Word is, she's ready to quit music completely and disappear into a quiet life. But here's the problem, they won't let her go. According to the leak, her team and handlers are still forcing her to perform because she's the golden goose, their biggest cash cow. Now remember that weird moment at that big award show not long ago? When her bodyguard chased after her like she was running? Allegedly, that wasn't nothing. Insiders say she's threatened to leave the country more than once and they're scared she'll do it for real. They're keeping close tabs because they know she's done with the pressure, the manipulation, and all the control behind the scenes. Even more heartbreaking, sources claim Beyonce battles depression and has had some very dark thoughts. Her team says it's for her safety, but let's be honest, what they're really protecting is the money machine. They've kept her locked in for years, but now that control is slipping and they know it. Beyonce's reaching her breaking point. Word is she's had enough of being controlled. by her husband, her mom, the industry, all of it. She's on the edge of rebelling for real. And while it's still unclear exactly where Keyshia Cole got that jaw-dropping tea about Jay allegedly servicing Beyonce out to execs, or if she actually said it, the streets are loud and they're not backing off. People are fully convinced Beyonce knows more than she lets on, but since none of this is officially confirmed, all we can do is watch how it plays out. Still, the speculation is wild, and folks aren't staying silent. One person commented, "I'm so sick of hearing about Beyonce like she invented music for women. I'd take Keyshia Cole's vocals over hers any day. Keyshia can really sing. Give credit where it's due." Another person wrote, "Wait, Keyshia Cole had beef with Beyonce? I didn't even know she was blackballed. I just figured her music stopped hitting and she retired. Also, I've been calling her Keyshia all these years. Didn't know it was Keyshia." Now it's your turn to spill the tea. Do you think Beyonce really blackballed Keyshia Cole for allegedly exposing her secrets? And what about those shocking claims that Jay was the one passing her around in the early days of her career? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below because this one's messy and far from over. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with your crew, and click on the next one popping up right now. You won't want to miss it. See you there.